Hi, I want to remind you of expectations in academic writing. Many of you are experiencing transition from online posting to response journals and toward the end of the semester, the theories research paper. Consider your colleagues or classmates as the possible readers and shift the tone to the one-on-one expert because you are the knowledgeable other on the topic. And by citing other scholars' approved studies in the field, gives you authority to claim or suggest an idea. So be confident about making a claim and take a risk of leading a discussion. And maintain a scholarly and objective tone in your writing is also an effective way to get your point across. Most of the common mistakes in APA style is the formal way of citing resources. If you're using direct quotation, it ends with parenthesis, author, year, and page numbers. And location of a period is also confusing in APA. Always the period goes after the parenthesis. And APA in-text citations, most of you are good at citing within the text. Some of you begin citing the secondary sources, which means within the work, the authors are citing someone else's, and that's someone else you're citing. For example, you're reading the Krister and Smith 2003 work. Within 2003 work, they cited Dr. David Setcher 2000. So clearly, you're not reading Dr. David Setcher 2000 work, but you're using Krister and Smith's interpretation of Dr. Setcher's work. This is obviously secondary source citing. And electronic source citing and citing more than two authors. Tracing more, if you are using the direct quotation within the sentence, use the A and D, the letters. But if you're just citing the source, you just use the symbol. It's very confusing, but keep in mind within the text, letters, within the parentheses is a symbol. Examples of multiple sources, you don't need to do that right now, but toward the end of toward the end of semester, you're using multiple sources to claim an argument. Use the semicolon and list the multiple sources in alphabetical order. In direct quotes in academic writing, if you cited or use the direct quotes, please explain what it means to you or what it means to in terms of your argument, the flow of your writing. There are several ways you can explain the direct quotes. First, restate the quote with your own words. You will, there's a followed by the citation, just explain what it means. In other words, it is, and it means, or in the context, that means, or in relation to something else, it means what. And use the quote to confirm your idea. That's another way you can do. You make an argument, and then use the quotes to support your argument. And then if the direct quote has mistakes or typos, you can use a bracket and SIC. That means the original word has a typo. Here's a real example from the previous classes. The students cited the sentence from the Smith 2002, but doesn't explain what it is. So here's a way to revise this, to use the quotes to support your claim. And another thing, another one is, this paragraph ends with a quote. So please avoid the paragraph begins with a quote and paragraph ends with a quote. You must do something with that quote. So here's your, you can explain what it is within the context of your argument. I'll post this PowerPoint along with this video so you can go back and see how direct quotes can be embedded within your writing and paragraphs. So here's some examples of references. Okay. The next academic writing, I want to stay away from attention from APA, but more on your writing, how you use the quotes and how you use other sources to support your claim in your argument.